2 years ago, I jumped on a plane from the UK to Ghana for the very first time. Within a week, I'd been in the president of Ghana's sauna, been stopped by men with guns, and almost deported. Now, I was leaving the capital city on an epic journey north, to a small village few outsiders have ever seen, to take part in a once-in-a-lifetime traditional ceremony. But why was I really here? What was taking me on this journey? Let me explain real quick. My dad was born and raised in Ghana. He moved to the UK, met my mum, had me, and then for reasons I've been trying to figure out ever since, he cut off all ties to Ghana and to the family he left behind. He never told me anything about them. In 2011, he passed away. After he died, I found a secret box under his bed, and inside, the truth about a life he'd kept hidden from all of us. He was a decade older than we thought. He had a secret wife, and among all the paperwork were letters and photos of his family back home. He'd cut them off, but clearly he still really cared about them. I've been retracing his life, hoping to understand why he kept so much hidden. That journey's led me to old friends, former colleagues, and even more mysteries. After years of digging, my detective work finally paid off and led me to one of my Ghanaian family members for the very first time, my cousin Edward. That discovery is what brought me here, to connect with my roots, to meet his family, and understand the culture that shaped him. Now it's taken me on one of the most important journeys of my life, and it all starts here. Have you ever wondered how many brothers and sisters would be too many? In this video, you'll find out how many siblings my dad had, and trust me, it's more than you're thinking. I also meet someone my dad knew really well, a person who's become one of the most important figures in the town he came from. And then, something I never expected forces me to stop filming. Okay. Thanks so much for watching. There's a lot more to come in this series, so if you haven't already, hit subscribe and come along for the rest of the journey. I'd been staying in Lebonne in West Accra with the Abuajes, my dad's family, who he hadn't seen for nearly 50 years. They welcomed me like one of their own, and I truly felt like part of the family. But now it was time to leave the Abuajes and see a side of Ghana most visitors never get the chance to experience. Balancing filming and fully experiencing the journey was starting to take its toll. I was missing key moments and I felt a bit disconnected.
I'm a little bit stressed.
I needed help. But just by chance, I was about to meet someone who would change the course of my time in Ghana completely. A friend of mine put me in touch with Kwame, a videographer from London with Ghanaian roots who'd recently moved to Accra.
And then if you need to speak to anyone, and obviously, set the tripod up for you to do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
So I was thinking this could be a good backup.
Kwame was keen to join my journey, and when his uncle Patrick, a former professional videographer, came on board too, the team had grown. Now we were 3. It was the day of the trip to my dad's hometown of Nsuta, a small Ashanti farming region with less than 2,000 residents. When my dad was young, the Nsuta area would have been a small rural community with limited connectivity, but over time it's benefited from improved roads, electricity, and access to clean water. Dad was born there on April 3rd, 1936, the last of 13 children. Or so I thought. It turns out 13 was way off. My cousin John, who grew up with my dad and knew him and the history of the family really well, had this to say.
So, Dad wasn't one of 13, he was one of 69.
Of 69? Several wives, not one wife.
I can't even, that's mind blowing.
The preeminence of a chief.
Yeah.
It's not only there. There's another place here in Kroboland, another tribe, the paramount chief, and so many wives.
Mm.
They had authority put on you that you are my wife.
Yeah.
And you are a wife.
Is it still like that in some places?
No,
not
things
no.
have changed. So
Yeah, yeah. It's maybe good. It's maybe a good thing. But for the women, for sure.
69 children. Okay, so my grandmother didn't have all 69 children herself. Imagine. My granddad was the chief of Chebi and he had 5 wives. And my grandmother was the last wife, and my dad was the last of all 69 children. And apparently, that's just the official count. If each of my dad's siblings had only 5 children of their own, that meant I would have nearly 350 first cousins. That was unlikely, but I'd come to Ghana to meet Dad's family. How was I going to meet even a fraction of the family that were out there? Well, I was about to meet a few of them at Kumasi Airport. Our journey to Chebi was a flight from Accra to Kumasi, then a car journey from Kumasi to Nsuta, where we stayed overnight, and then we travelled on to Chebi the next morning. So me, Kwame and his uncle Patrick all got up bright and early to head to the airport to fly to Kumasi. We had a long day ahead of us. John had been doing the Lord's work organising all the different parts of the journey. He arranged with some other members of the family that they would meet us at Kumasi Airport and we would get on our way to the Kumasi Centre for National Culture to learn a bit more about Ashanti culture and traditions. At the airport we met two of my cousins, Kwesi and Eric, and Kwesi's friend, also called Kwesi. These guys would be our guides for the trip. I was blown away by their generosity and willingness to give up their time to make sure we had the best possible experience.
So we are going to, from here to Nsuta,
Okay.
and then there'll be a ceremony for Dad, and then that's the main thing for today, right? That's the main. Yeah.
You get to Nsuta, meet the grandmother.
Okay.
Then our relative, the chief there, take me to Chebi.
The first stop on our journey was the Manhyia Palace Museum. The museum is based in the former palaces of the Ashanti kings, offering a glimpse into royal life and history and highlighting the resilience and significance of the Ashanti people in Ghanaian history.
We will begin with a documentary, then after the documentary we take you through the tour. Let's go watch.
Okay, great.
Just like cousin John the day before, Kwesi was also really keen for me to get to grips with Ashanti history and culture.
They inhabited the central portion of Ghana. This is Sikajwa Kofi, the golden stool of Ashanti nation.
The palace was amazing and well worth the visit if you're ever in Kumasi, even if just for this tree alone.
1960, 160. And then these are the roots of the tree. It's from up down.
Yeah. Love it. I was starting to grasp the scale of Ashanti history, but what I didn't know was that soon I'd meet people who knew Dad personally, and that encounter would hit me harder than I ever expected. Me and the boys arrived in the late afternoon to our home for the next couple of days in Nsuta. When we arrived, we were greeted by a bunch of people, including the chief of Chebi, who had known Dad when he was younger.
Welcome.
Thank you. What's your name?
Hi. Nana Mafu.
Nana Marfu.
A pleasure.
I'm coming up. Hello. Hi, nice to meet you. Joseph Kwame. Yeah.
Kwame Otin.
Yeah, Kwame Oting.
I'm uncle to your father. I'm uncle to your father.
Sorry? I'm uncle.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I consider your father.
Do you remember him?
Yes,
Why
you
not?
remember
Remember him?
Why not?
Okay.
Before my mother came before.
Right.
Yeah.
So you kind of grew up together for a little bit, or like?
Yeah, they are all from one mother, one father.
Yes.
Your grandfather was a king here.
Yes. 69 children.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
I heard all about it.
Yeah. 69 children.
And Dad was the 69th. He was the last one.
Yes. Yeah, he was there. Your father was there. He was
So
the
he's like,
last
I'm
one.
done. I'm finished.
Yes, you are finished. Yeah, that's my mother.
Oh, pleasure. Nice to meet you.
I think you have to go and check your room.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
We went back to the house to chat. These roads and houses must have been so familiar to Dad as a kid. I felt the weight of being back here and meeting people for the first time that wouldn't have seen Dad for more than 50 years. I was hoping that someone might be able to shed some light on what had caused Dad to cut off contact with the family and never return to Ghana. But again, I was about to find out that Dad's disappearance all those years ago was a mystery to pretty much everyone.
And then he never came back?
Never came back.
Did he stay in contact with you? Did he
When
call?
I came there, say when is summer.
he will come to me.
Uh-huh.
So he
But
just
you
took
were
his
already
address.
there. And he said, no, not this time.
Not this
In the
time.
summer, I'll come to you.
Yeah. What's up with that?
So
He
weird.
didn't came.
And he never came, no. Do you have any feeling why he did
I
that?
don't know.
Nobody knows.
Nobody
It's a
knows.
mystery.
Yeah.
It's a big mystery. That
You can tell us.
I can't tell you anything. I wish I could. I was hoping you could tell me.
Yeah.
So we've just arrived in Nsuta. This is the area where my dad was born. We're going to do something in honor of him, and that means a lot to me because when he died, when I was younger, I was the one that had to organise the funeral, but it all felt very rushed. It all felt quite impersonal. And although I was saying goodbye to him in my own way anyway, the actual ceremony of that occasion didn't feel like a good send-off. So for me, getting this opportunity now is like giving him a send-off that he should have got when he died. So it's a little bit intense. It feels a bit intense. But I just want to take this day to, sorry, so I wasn't expecting to honour my dad, and yeah, just take some time to think about him and remember him. And yeah, that's kind of all I've got to say at the minute. So yeah. Okay. Kwame had asked me before we left for the trip if he should keep on filming if things got too heavy or emotional for me, and I guess he foresaw something that I didn't, because I was like, don't worry about it, it's all good, I've dealt with that, it's cool, bro. Yet within 30 seconds of him turning the cameras on, I was a mess. I guess the trip was affecting me more than I'd expected. This episode isn't over yet. If you've enjoyed it so far and know someone who'd connect with the story, consider sharing it. It really helps spread the word. It had been a long day. We headed to a bar down the road for a much needed beer and a minute to decompress. We turned up to the Neon Jungle. This wasn't the quiet beer before bed I'd been expecting. It was a vibe though. The music was blasting and the locals wanted to party. After the initial overstimulation when we arrived, the energy started to calm down. But now I was ready to drink. Guys! Tomorrow was going to be a long day too, but I had no idea how crazy things were about to get. If you're watching Hidden Roots for the first time and you haven't seen the rest of the series, you can catch up on the whole thing from the beginning here. Otherwise, the next episode will be out as usual next Wednesday. Here's a look at what's coming up. In next week's episode, I finally make it to my dad's hometown of Nsuta Chebi for a ceremony held in his honour. But what I didn't realise was that the ceremony had a second special guest. Me. The energy of the guys that were drumming and the dancing. I meet a whole new side of the family, dance a lot, and get to wear traditional Ashanti clothing for the first time, just like my dad would have done when he was young. That was like a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Turn on notifications so you don't miss it. The next episode drops Wednesday.